Teen Mom star Mackenzie McKee's 13-year-old son Gannon is brutally honest about losing trust in his dad, Josh McKee. In a recent episode of Teen Mom, the next chapter, Mackenzie checks in to see if the kids have heard from their dad during a hurricane. The children and Mackenzie proceeded to have a conversation about Josh's reliability, and Gannon had some harsh truths to share about his father. Keep reading to find out more. Mackenzie McKee struggles to communicate with ex-husband. The most recent episode of Teen Mom. The next chapter features Mackenzie McKee preparing for Hurricane Milton with her 3 children and fiancé. The 30-year-old mother focuses on preparing her little ones Bronx, 7, Jaxie, 11, and Gannon, 13, for the impending storm. Mackenzie's fiancé Cassanio Hall asks if she has heard from the children's father, Josh McKee. Given the circumstances of the major storm, Cassanio was curious if Josh had checked in at all. Mackenzie McKee revealed that she had not spoken with her ex-husband and said she would not be surprised if he hadn't checked in with the children. This raised some red flags. Mackenzie further explained, "He doesn't speak to me. I know they spoke to his mom. I'm not sure about him. It's not my responsibility to be like, hey, you should probably reach out to your kids. There's a hurricane coming our way." Teen Mom star Mackenzie McKee expressed disappointment in her ex-husband's involvement with his children. However, the conversation with fiancé Cassanio Hall opened up a greater topic of discussion. Mackenzie became curious as to what Gannon, Jaxie, and Bronx had heard from their father. Later, when she was hanging out with the kids, McKee approached the topic of their dad with them, and Gannon did not hold back on his feelings about his father. Gannon does not trust his father, Josh McKee. Mackenzie McKee has been dealing with feelings of disappointment surrounding her ex-husband Josh McKee's involvement with his children. Things were exacerbated recently during Hurricane Milton. The mother of 3 found it challenging to deal with her ex-husband's lack of communication during this difficult time. She found out it is not just her who is frustrated with Josh. McKee spoke with her children about their father's communication with them, and they were brutally honest about his lack of involvement. When asked if they had heard from their father during the recent storm, the children said, "Dad doesn't answer my calls no more," Bronx explained. Jaxie said, "Me either. Dad never answers me." Bronx chimed in, "He answers Gannon, but not me." Gannon admitted, "I don't even have to call Dad. He calls me." However, Gannon continues to explain that not everything is as it seems in his relationship with his father, Josh McKee. The teen said, "The first time that he left, when you guys first got divorced, that's when I first started knowing," Gannon tells his mother. Mackenzie questioned Gannon further about his meaning, and he clarified that Josh doesn't stick up for what he says. He explained, "Don't trust his word." Her son's words clearly impact Mackenzie. She remains calm and encourages the kids to establish a relationship with their father on their own terms. She encourages the children to express their frustration by screaming into their pillows together. What do you think of Gannon's lack of trust in his father? Let us know in the comments. Teen Mom. The next chapter airs on MTV on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The struggles of trust. Gannon McKee's honest reflections on his father in the latest episode of Teen Mom. The next chapter. Viewers are given a raw and unfiltered glimpse into the emotional landscape of Mackenzie McKee and her children as they navigate the complexities of family dynamics, particularly in the wake of a natural disaster. The episode centers around Hurricane Milton, a looming threat that forces Mackenzie to confront not only the physical preparations for the storm, but also the emotional turmoil stemming from her ex-husband, Josh McKee's lack of communication and involvement in their children's lives. Mackenzie McKee's dilemma. Mackenzie McKee, a 30-year-old mother of 3, is no stranger to the challenges of co-parenting. As she prepares her children Gannon, 13, Jaxie, 11, and Bronx, 7, for the impending hurricane, the conversation inevitably turns to their father. Mackenzie's fiancé, Casanio Hall, inquires whether Josh has reached out to the kids during this critical time. Mackenzie's response is telling. She reveals that she has not heard from Josh and expresses her disappointment in his lack of initiative to check in on their children. "It's not my responsibility to be like, hey, you should probably reach out to your kids. There's a hurricane coming our way," she states, highlighting the emotional burden she carries as the primary caregiver. This sentiment resonates with many parents who find themselves in similar situations, where the other parent's involvement is inconsistent or absent. The children's perspective as the episode unfolds. Mackenzie takes the opportunity to discuss their father with her children. The honesty that emerges from this conversation is both heartbreaking and illuminating. Gannon, the eldest, articulates feelings that many children of divorced parents may struggle to express. His words reveal a deep-seated disappointment and a growing distrust in his father. "Dad doesn't answer my calls no more," Bronx shares, echoing the sentiments of his siblings. Jaxie adds, "Me either. Dad never answers me." These statements reflect a painful reality for the children, who are left feeling neglected and unimportant. Gannon, however, provides a more nuanced perspective. While he acknowledges that his father does call him, he also reveals a troubling truth. "The first time that he left, when you guys first got divorced, that's when I first started knowing," he tells Mackenzie. The impact of divorce on trust. Gannon's admission is a poignant reminder of how divorce can fracture trust within a family. His statement, "Don't trust his word," speaks volumes about the impact of Josh's actions on his children's perception of him. It's a sentiment that many children of divorced parents can relate to, as they often grapple with conflicting emotions about their parents' decisions and behaviors. Mackenzie's response to Gannon's honesty is commendable. Rather than dismissing his feelings or attempting to shield him from the truth, she encourages her children to express their frustrations in a healthy way. "Let's scream into our pillows together," she suggests, providing a constructive outlet for their emotions. This approach not only validates their feelings, but also fosters open communication within the family. The role of communication in co-parenting. The lack of communication from Josh McKee during a crisis highlights a significant issue in co-parenting relationships. Effective communication is crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship between parents and their children, especially in times of stress. Mackenzie's frustration is palpable, and it raises important questions about the responsibilities of both parents in ensuring their children feel supported and loved. In many ways, Mackenzie's experience serves as a case study for the challenges faced by single parents. The emotional labor of managing a household, preparing for emergencies, and addressing the needs of children can be overwhelming, particularly when the other parent is not actively involved. Mackenzie's determination to create a stable environment for her children, despite the challenges posed by Josh's absence, is a testament to her resilience as a mother. Gannon's journey towards healing. As Gannon navigates his feelings of disappointment and distrust, it's essential to recognize the importance of healing. Children often need time to process their emotions, and Gannon's candidness about his relationship with his father is a crucial step in that process. By voicing his concerns, he is not only acknowledging his pain, but also taking ownership of his feelings. Mackenzie's encouragement for her children to establish their own relationships with their father on their terms is a vital aspect of their healing journey. It empowers them to set boundaries and expectations, fostering a sense of agency in their relationships. This approach can help mitigate feelings of abandonment and resentment, allowing the children to navigate their emotions in a healthier way. The broader implications of trust issues. Gannon's lack of trust in his father is not an isolated issue. It reflects broader societal themes surrounding parental involvement and the impact of divorce on children. Research.